Tweet from Pope Francis this weekend. Thanks for joining us on this Monday evening. I'm Bryan Patrick, and welcome to June the 1st. The president of Planned Parenthood says our nation needs to have an authentic public dialogue about abortion. In a recent op-ed for Time magazine, Cecile Richards writes, "In the current political environment and with so much shaming in popular culture, women get the message early and often that while they may have the legal right to get an abortion, there's still something wrong with that choice." She goes on to say, "We are seriously overdue to have a public dialogue about abortion, a need reflected by the fact that nearly 1/3 of American women will have one in their lifetime." We have with us Kate Bryan, the Director of Communications at the American Principles Project, and you had a published response also in Time magazine. So what do you think she means by this authentic dialogue? I've never heard an authentic dialogue out of Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, well, I think it's great. I think it's great that she framed it that way because I'd love to know from her, what she thinks is an authentic public dialogue on abortion. According to her article, it's only one-sided. So it's only if you're supporting Planned Parenthood and supporting abortion that you should have a voice. And I think that that's what we see often on the left. If you don't agree with them, they want you to be silenced. So I thought there was an opportunity for a young pro-life woman to write an article in response to that and say, Cecile Richards, you don't speak for all women. And I don't claim to speak for all women, Bryan. I don't think anyone, any of these other women should pretend to speak for all women. But just that there needs to be a public dialogue and all sides of the story need to be put forward.
Do you think that she would be open to a really authentic dialogue about this and allow the pro-life stance to speak out about the truth here?
I'd love if she would. I would love if she would put forward, some sort of dialogue or discussion, a conference of women on both sides of the aisle. Everything that Planned Parenthood does and the National Organization for Women or all these other pro-abortion organizations, they only put forward one side of the dialogue. And I think one thing that makes America so great is we believe that everyone has the freedom to speak their mind and to speak out what they believe. And I think on the abortion issue, there's a reason why everyone believes what they believe. And whether they're man or woman or whatever, there's a reason why they believe what they believe. And so we need to put those different sides of the story forward.
I think the confusion surrounds legal and right. People, just because something's legal doesn't make it right.
Right, exactly. And now with technology and everything else that we've seen over the past couple of years specifically, it's changing the dialogue, it's changing the debate, and I think that pro-lifers are really winning on this issue because there is technology, and we can see actually that there is a child, and we know about that the child feels pain. There was the 20-week abortion ban bill that was put forward that I know you covered here. So there are discussions that are happening, but Cecile Richards needs to step forward, and if she really wants to have a dialogue, let's show both sides of the story.
But they argue that abortion empowers women, and anybody who's against it is it's involved in the war on women. How do you respond to that? How do you react?
Yeah, well, there's nothing that's empowering about abortion for women, and you see that if you even just start thinking about what would be empowering to women, the things that are most empowering to women in this day and age are things that they have opportunities to have the same jobs as men, or they have opportunities to be a mother and stay at home if that's what they want. And Carly Fiorina is speaking about that a lot lately. Is that women should have all sorts of opportunities, but abortion doesn't solve anything. It really kind of puts women through more difficulties.
We have two stories of empowering women coming right up. Kate Bryan with American Principles Project, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
So a 92-year-old